Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. We are expecting to get a live update from LMPD about a very unfortunate story that unfolded here in the metro yesterday evening. A 6-year-old child had to have surgery after she was shot during a road rage incident. What we know from yesterday's incident is that around 8:22, LMPD officers responded to Norton Children's Hospital on a report of a child shot. Investigators believe that the road rage incident started in the area of I-65 North at the outer loop, where people inside a car got into some sort of altercation with 3 motorcyclists. It was not said how many people were inside that car. We do know that several shots were fired during this altercation. The vehicle and the motorcycle continued north on I-65, where another altercation broke out on the ramp, the off-ramp of I-65 northbound at University Boulevard. Additional shots were fired, and that little girl inside that car was shot. She did have to have surgery. So we are bringing you this live press conference that is expected to start any minute here from LMPD to give us an update on hopefully how that child is doing, anything as far as suspects, if we know anything. They told us yesterday that all parties have been accounted for. We're waiting to find out what exactly does that mean, if there's been any arrests in this case, if police are still looking into it, that sort of thing. So this press conference is going to be starting any minute, and we wanted to bring it to you live. And again, we're waiting for this press conference at Louisville Metro Police to start any minute now. This is involving a road rage incident that left a child, a 6-year-old, shot and hospitalized after a road rage incident on I-65 North. This happened yesterday evening around 8:22. Again, details in this story. I posted a link for our previous coverage of this story. Wave News reporter Kennedy Hayes is also live at this press conference, and she's going to have more for us coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock today. But we know that this was some sort of altercation between a person, an SUV, and 3 motorcyclists, we believe. Some sort of altercation happened on the interstate, and shots were fired. And it escalated very, very quickly from our understanding. So we're waiting to find out the very latest on this case to see where things are at from LMPD. This press conference was supposed to start about 4 minutes ago, so just running a few minutes behind. But we wanted to bring you these developments as they were unfolding.
Hey guys, this fresh one is so fresh we can't even confirm the age right now. It could be younger than 6. So don't quote us on the age yet. That's how fresh this is. Like, we don't know if it's exactly a 6-year-old boy. It could be younger. So I know, I'm sorry. I tried to come back in here. We're getting information ourselves. So that's how fresh it is. I apologize. That's what happens when I'm trying to get shit out quickly. But definitely a juvenile male was shot recently. Can't speak to that one. Unknown age, but under 10. And I'll bring Lieutenant Lacefield for that.
Okay, we just heard in the background there somebody from LMPD saying that the child's age is kind of unknown right now because this is also fresh. We do know that the child is under the age of 10.
Making his way to the podium is the commander of the non-fatal shooting unit, Lieutenant Steve Lacefield. He'll say and spell his name for you all.
Good afternoon. Thank you guys for coming. I'm Lieutenant Steve Lacefield, STEVE. LACEFIELD. I'm pretty limited as to what I can talk about this, as it's an ongoing investigation, but I want to provide you guys a couple of quick updates. Last night, just after 8 p.m., a child was struck by gunfire during a senseless act of violence. This incident spanned approximately 8 miles on 65 North from Outer Loop to Woodbine Street. We know that there were multiple armed parties involved and at least 15 rounds were fired. The victim, a 6-year-old girl, was struck in the back by 1 round. She is out of surgery and in critical but stable condition. We don't yet know the impact that this will have on the rest of her life. Our detectives have worked around the clock, writing multiple search warrants, processing evidence, speaking with witnesses and involved persons. And at this time, we believe that we've identified all involved parties after consulting with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office and federal prosecutors. Anticipate bringing closure to this case in the very near future. As a city, we need to grieve for this child and her family, but we should also be angry that there are people in this city who think that this is okay. As a community, we need to take action to stop this pandemic of violence, to realize that the more inoculated we become to it, the worse it will get. It shocks me that after an incident like this, stretching almost 8 miles through the heart of the city, that we've had only a very small handful of witnesses come forward. We can and should do better than that. You have my word that our agency and my unit is committed to using every resource to investigate and prosecute these violent acts. But we need every resident of Louisville to share that commitment with us. If you have information, share it with us by anonymously calling our tip line at 574 LMPD. I can take just a handful of questions from you guys.
You said 15 rounds. Can you just speak to the amount of gunfire that is? How many weapons were used, and was it all in the same location at the very end?
No. We know that there were at least 15 rounds fired, and we've recovered 3 weapons thus far.
Are you expecting multiple people to be charged in this case?
I can't speak to that yet.
Are you able to say whether gunfire was coming from the car as well, just another motorcycle?
I can't speak on that yet.
Has anyone been charged to this point?
I'm not going to speak on that yet.
Were all the shots fired at the end of University Boulevard, or was it like kind of throughout the 8 mile?
We believe that it was throughout.
Do we know that any other cars were impacted or any other residential areas were impacted?
Nobody else has come forward on that, and that's the most shocking thing to this is we know that there were at a minimum 15 rounds fired in this incident. The child was struck 1 time, but that could have been any one of us, any one of our families on the roadway at that time, and that really bothers me, as it should bother all of us.
Can you speak to the danger of it again happening on that stretch of highway and then ending near a campus with the businesses in the area?
Anywhere misdirected or aimless gunfire, like that puts everybody at risk. If it's in a rural area, bullets can travel a long way and still be fatal. So the fact that this is at a university going down an interstate, like there is a high likelihood of somebody getting hurt or killed doing that. And we're very fortunate, all things considered, that only 1 person was hit.
How were you able to track the motorcyclists down so quickly? Because it seems like they were at the scene as well.
Through good investigative work. And that's all I can say on it.
Couple more.
Can you say whether the people in the car and the motorcyclists knew each other ahead of time or whether this was just a random thing? And can you speak to road rage, what you want to do if you're a driver, you're experiencing someone else with road rage, how you should proceed?
All right. At this time, I don't believe that they did know each other prior to the incident. If you find yourself in an incident like this or any road rage incident, just break contact. Just do the right thing, break contact regardless of what you're and don't be involved.
Do you all know what the relationship was between the driver of the car and the employee involved?
It was his daughter.
Were they the only 2 in that vehicle?
No, ma'am.
2 more. But you can't say related to the gunfire, to your knowledge? Because you've interviewed all of them, right?
We have, but I can't say yet. We'll do a follow-up statement on this once we get all the facts together and corroborate all the information that we have thus far. We've been working around the clock since this came out at 8:20 last night. I've got people that are still here in the office working on it, doing interviews and building a case. So I don't want to put out anything that's inaccurate. So
Did anybody else call 911 other than or did you guys just find out, how did you become aware of this child being shot?
I haven't looked at the CAD notes. I know that the child showed up at Cosair's Hospital. As far as 911 calls, I haven't had a chance or the need to review that yet. I'd say one of the detectives has, but I don't have knowledge on that.
Last one,
How many times was the car hit?
I don't know yet.
Well, you said there was 15 shots.
I did.
thank you all.
Thank you.
Three guns.
All right, LMPD providing us an update on that road rage incident that left a child shot yesterday in Louisville. A very heartbreaking and senseless act that happened on the heart of downtown, the heart of Louisville, as that officer was saying. They know that this lasted about 8 miles. On 65 North. It started on the outer loop to Woodbine. 15 rounds were fired. A child that was struck is out of surgery and is recovering. Police have issued several search warrants in this case. Officers have been working throughout the night, throughout the day, investigating this. They believe that all parties are being spoken to. They've consulted with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office. And also, they're hopefully going to bring some more closure into this case to kind of give families an answer. We do know that the child shot, the relationship with the driver is that the person in the SUV, that was his daughter that was shot. Police kind of giving us a little bit more information about, we know that 3 weapons were recovered, but we still don't know if any gunfire came from that SUV in this incident, according to the detective that just spoke. They do not believe that the people on the motorcycle and the driver of the SUV knew each other. And in cases like this is not the first time we've had road rage incidents happening here in our area, but the best thing police say is to do is to disengage, try to get away from the incident, and break contact with the aggressor. So Wave News reporter Kennedy Hayes was at this press conference, and she's going to have much more coming up for us on Wave News at 5 and 6 o'clock. I'm Myra Ansari. Have a great day.